Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. I am glad to be back casting this from home. And so it means I finally got my regular PC set up, which means I'm no longer hunched over a laptop, which is very exciting. But not as exciting as these two bots we've got here. In the top right, it's going to be Roro. And in the top left, it's going to be SharpenedEdge, a Protoss bot. By request, some of you in the comments saying, hey, let's see some more Protoss bots. And SharpenedEdge, I think it's safe to say, is like the third best Protoss bot on the ladder. And yeah, we're going to see how well it's going to do today, taking on Roro the Terran. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this one, make sure to go ahead and click that like button. If we can hit, I don't know, it's almost Halloween, so 31 likes for the 31st, that would be amazing. Join the Discord, which is linked down below if you want to become part of the community, and leave a comment saying more bots if you do want to see more of these bot games, as that goes a long way. And you can also let me know if you have any feedback on the sound quality, as of course between moving my mic and bouncing between PCs and stuff, it does mean the settings aren't exactly consistent, but I do think the audio levels should be alright for this one. We have got Roro going for a bunker on the high ground, slamming the door in that poor scouting probe's face. SCV is chasing it on out of there, and that is a good sign for Roro, knowing better than to leave a probe unattended. That's one of the first challenges if you're going to program a StarCraft 2 bot, is dealing with something as simple as a worker killing your units. And if you think about it, it's, I don't know, those of you that have heard the morbid story of like the dodo bird and the Galapagos, I probably pronounced that horribly wrong, islands, but basically how animals had no self-preservation instinct in them because they were so isolated. If you program a bot and you don't give it that sense to respond to stimuli, a single probe could just kill your entire bot, which I'm sure has happened when some people have fired up a bot for the first time and seen how it goes. That's one of the first things you got to deal with, just a simple attacking worker. We do have Roro going for 2 racks, a bunker on the high ground, and a factory, whereas SharpenedEdge is going for a nexus on the low ground, so actually quite a fast macro opening. Interestingly enough, getting a shield battery by its single pylon. I don't know what that's about, I guess just to make sure that doesn't get unpowered. Maybe it's got behavior to pad units to that. Or maybe it simply is just intended to place down the pylon with the gateway and the cyber core being closer to the top of the ramp, so more useful location. Anyway, that's just kind of semantics. I don't think you ever really go wrong having a bot that builds static defense. I've never seen a bot game and been like, wow, that bot shouldn't have built that turret or shouldn't have built that bunker, as they're useful most of the time. We've got SharpenedEdge saying tag rush macro and build air macro, so potentially going to be a little bit of shenanigans afoot. We'll see if a Stargate gets built. And then Roro just getting up a command center, slower and steadier than SharpenedEdge, but still expanding, still macroing. Good to see that. Getting out a siege tank as well. And then a starport. So I am wondering if we're going to see a siege tank push out of Roro. You can't really go wrong with tanks as a Terran player, or as a Terran bot too much, as they're very useful. They're very difficult for your opponent to program against if SharpenedEdge attacks. I think it's safe to say it's probably going to walk into some siege tank shots. Now, a situation that tanks aren't as useful, though, is when there is a potential Void Ray or Tempest or anything that comes out of a Stargate. So if SharpenedEdge is going for that play, could be a bit of a hard counter to Roro. We'll wait and see. Roro does at least have a high Marine count and is still producing a good number of them, though. So that's important. Then actually getting up a Fusion Core. Wow, I know I've cast Roro in the past, but I don't recall remembering it as a crazy battlecruiser bot or anything. That could very well be the case this game, though. And we are seeing another bunker get built in the natural for Roro. I'm a big fan of that. Got the multiple tanks up, just macroing nice and steadily. There is an Oracle on the way for SharpenedEdge, along with this third Nexus. And this is going to be another good test for Roro. If the Oracle for SharpenedEdge just goes into a mineral line, Will the Marines of Roro respond? Will it build turrets as a response? There's already a third command center going on for the Red Terran, so these two bots are macroing pretty efficiently. It's impressive what bots can do and the timings they can hit when they have the speed mining that most people should be familiar with. If you're not with these bots, they mine faster because they use the worker rapid acceleration or deceleration to actually mine a little bit faster than just regular workers left to their own devices. We do have those tanks and that bunker being very valuable for a start. In comes the Oracle, though. It is going to find that SCV in the main base, so good programming there. Roro says, wait a second, that got delayed. I better build a new one. And these Marines, they're like, I gotta be in this bunker, but then I gotta do something about this Oracle. So Roro giving itself mixed signals as those Marines, they may be getting selected because Roro's like, oh, I gotta respond to that, but then, oh, I gotta get units in that bunker. So perhaps another situation where having a slight delay as a bot author could be handy, so you don't get flashing like that, in which your units are caught between two worlds as much. Battle cruiser is about to finish for Roro, so we're going to see what that's able to do. The command center is floating on over. However, SharpenedEdge is getting ready for a nice attack. I mean, it's a bit of an odd attack with mainly stalkers and slow zealots. We'll see if they find this third base or not. They are moving towards the natural. A siege tank has started shooting some of the stalkers, though. That's quite nice. You see SharpenedEdge saying tag enemy battle cruisers. Roro is fighting away from its static defense, so that BC and everything else needs to get on out of there. The battle cruiser teleports back, but oh, it wants to be a hero. Oh no, it's going to go back in before it gets repaired. It is at least getting repaired, though. Roro did have that command center get pushed away, so it's yet to be able to secure that. It tried to float it down to another location, which is cool to see. This battle cruiser is taking a lot of damage. Tanks are shelling away, doing as much as they can, but fighting without the bunker support is not great for Roro. Some Hellions are moving on out, presumably for some harassment or something, and they actually do make it on out of there. A couple still alive, but it's one of those things. If there's no reaction by SharpenedEdge, they could potentially get some work done. The bunker is holding for now. These tanks are pretty much the only thing keeping Roro alive. The command centers are going to try and fly on out again, and they may succeed this time. We'll see if there is going to be a planetary in any of these situations. There's no battle cruisers out until now as this BC just pops out. Yamato cannon's on the way, and this game between these two is actually it's better than I thought it would be. I'm not sure what updates both Roro and SharpenedEdge have had, but I did see that SharpenedEdge was higher on the bot ladder than it had been previously. We are seeing one orbital command go down for Roro. We'll see if this one's going to be as well or not. It is double battle cruiser production going up against double Void Ray production, and you may be saying, oh, Void Ray's hard counter battle cruisers, and it's like, do they? It really does depend on the micro, so we're going to see how well Roro manages these battle cruisers. If it uses Yamato cannon on the BCs, that almost one-shots a Void Ray. It doesn't anymore. I believe it used to, but it does not anymore. Yeah, Yamato cannon's 240 damage, so that's just enough to leave a Void Ray alive. I think it used to be a flat 300, so it did indeed one-shot Void Rays, but that's not the case anymore. We have got Roro still pumping out these BCs. Got a bunker, a Widow Mine at that third base, so it's not just unsecured. The two BCs are moving out as well. Some Hellions are moving out for harassment once again. They find a probe, deny a fifth base, and now these Hellions are getting more damage done. So powerful harassment programs by the bot author of Roro. We'll see how well it manages these battle cruisers. Both these bots have got really good economies going still. I mean, SharpenedEdge has taken a bit of a hit to its, but then Roro is now just pumping out BCs 2 at a time. 3 are moving across the map. There's no upgrades in sight for Roro. So these battle cruisers, they're not going to have armor. They're not going to have attack, whereas we are seeing some attack upgrades get researched. BCs are starting to take damage. No Yamato cannon has been utilized, so one has to teleport on out of there without really getting any damage done. The other ones, I think, are going to have to escape on out as well. They do at least have a properly set threshold, although that one's really cutting it close. Now all of these will need to be repaired before moving back on out, although this one is doing exactly that, moving back on out. You need to get on out of there, guy. You need to be repaired. Battle cruisers are starting to use Yamato cannons, but not on the high priority target Void Rays. One's being repaired, albeit very slowly. This other BC is just hanging on out here. So the unit management of Roro is definitely questionable. It is sending out more Hellions for a run by, though, so I'm glad to see that. There is no blue flame, no attack upgrades started just yet though, so that actually means that the damage potential of these Terran units is a little bit hindered. We see Phoenix move on in, lift up that Widow Mine, and are actually able to... They're actually able to kill that off. The bunker maybe getting broken. Most of the SCVs just got cleaned on out of there. Battle cruisers are flying on in. They're getting way too friendly with these BCs. They teleport out, but their teleport out point is a little bit precarious at the minute. They're also very injured, and they need to recognize that they need to just pull on out and get healed up. That one actually glitches. It's been waiting to be repaired so long it tries to teleport to the same location it was just at. So successful attack for SharpenedEdge. Roro is in a lot of trouble. It's got the 2 tanks, but 3 battle cruisers go down. That is some terrific value for SharpenedEdge. The Hellion run-bys did not shut down the Protoss enough. And so we see a Terran bot that's taken some real damage. That 3rd command center did stay alive. The 4th base is still mining. Tempest are on the way for SharpenedEdge, though. In the unit management from Roro, I think it just needs a little bit more work. Void Rays, Stalkers, and now Charge Lots are moving on in. 2 tanks can do you very well, but only for so long. A well-coordinated attack by SharpenedEdge comes on in, and I think we are going to have our victor here as SharpenedEdge takes down Roro, but let me tell you, I'm really impressed with both of these bots from this game. I think that Roro just needs a little bit better unit management when it comes to like controlling the BCs, but I didn't see any major flaws in either of these units or in either of these bots. I guess just the main thing is the teleport without the repair from Roro. Teleports into a hot zone. Pretty effective, but not perfectly effective by Roro. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that SharpenedEdge has got this one, as it's just got an unbeatable army. The battle cruisers aren't getting the efficiency they need. We'll see if this one takes damage and then actually just teleports to the natural again. I'm willing to bet that's what we're gonna see. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, it actually went to the main base, so it did realize the natural was lost, which is good adaptive programming. But then the problem is the BCs are like, I gotta be a hero, I gotta go back in there. No checks to make sure they stay in place until they've been repaired. Yeah, I guess a practical approach to that for Roro could be like have them sit for, say, 15, 30, 60 seconds, and then say, alright, whatever, go on in. But yeah, they could have, if they were repaired, it might have been a bit of a different game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watched to this point in the video, go ahead and click that like button, as that goes a long way to helping these bots get recognized by the YouTube bot. Leave a comment down below saying more bots if you want to see more of these two. I think these 2 bots are worth exploring a little bit more. I do love any bots that build battle cruisers, Tempest, and carriers. And yeah, the level of these bots these days is just incredible. Leave a comment saying more bots if you haven't already. If I already said that, I apologize. Join the Discord. If you want to support these casts, consider becoming a YouTube member. And yeah, I'm just back home now, so I'll be making videos more well, I mean, I was pretty regular before, but I'll be more comfortable as I do it now, which is good. And yeah, that is just the end for Roro. SharpenedEdge does get the cleanup, and the Red Terran goes down. But yeah, I'm really impressed by both of these bots. Seeing as how they're the lower bots on the ladder, it's still incredible stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.